Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? We coming here with the Friday Night Smackdown season premiere review. Tonight's show, man, it was an alright show. Pretty good matches. We had the Queen's Crown and the King of the Ring. King of the Ring returns after 2 years, and the first ever Queen's Crown. What's going on, Michael? Michael saying, hey, your SmackDown was good tonight, aside from two awful Queen's Crown matches. So, which were Selena Vega versus Toni Storm, and the other one was Carmella versus Liv Morgan. We'll get to that in a few. But before we get into this, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. We hit 2K on the other channel, so thank you for that. And man, let's just get straight into it. Tonight's show was a pretty good one. We were in San Jose, so Bailey would have been here. But yeah, we're not just gonna be talking about it because we started off with Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch in a contract signing. So before the show started, they were already like in the ring. So I guess they didn't want to waste any time. I don't even think they actually signed the contract officially. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Is it me? Let me know in the chat. But they started brawling, but they never physically signed the contract. So that's kind of weird. But it was an alright segment. Bianca Belair was talking about basically they keep doing this that we're gonna get Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch in another match of SmackDown. It's not gonna happen. Bianca saying, "Oh well, you beat me in 26 seconds of SummerSlam. How about you do it again tonight?" She said that at least 3 times on the SmackDown. It's not gonna happen. But it was very good. Sasha Banks, she cut a promo as well. And before we get into that, it was announced on Raw that we're gonna get Becky Lynch and Charlotte versus Sasha and Belair. Now that's what you call a main event. Four of the brightest faces on the SmackDown Women's Division. The four main faces on the SmackDown Women's Division, now that there's no Bailey, is Bianca Belair. So very good way to start off the show. And Bianca Belair was going to do a double KOD on Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. Now that would have been incredible, but instead what happens, Becky goes out the way, Bianca hits her, which then leads to Bianca picking up Sasha Banks and doing a KOD through her, which Becky Lynch was already on the table. So very good spot to kick off the show. Now our first match was a King of the Ring first round, Sami Zayn versus Rey Mysterio. Now, as you guys know, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio hasn't been in good terms as of late. You know what I mean? This match was all right. We've seen it before. It was pretty good. They had a little bit of history, but surprisingly, I say surprisingly because Sami Zayn, not only did he win a match, we haven't seen him in a minute, but he won this match and it's the first to qualify. So we could be getting King Sammy, which I highly doubted. But Dominic Mysterio technically cost his father, Rey Mysterio, the match. So I don't know, man. Are we gonna get a match? Maybe Crown Jewel. I think that's too soon because they want to build it up. You could do it maybe Survivor Series, TLC. Want to wait until the Royal Rumble or the Day One pay per view? You got some four major pay per views you could do it at. I don't know, man, but it's definitely gonna happen. I could definitely tell Dominic's gonna be the one to turn heel, and it's definitely gonna be interesting. And they're gonna mention about Eddie Guerrero. Maybe Dominic be like, "You see, I should have known Eddie was my father," or say something like that. That would just make the story even better than it already could be. We had Hit Row in a little segment. Well, basically, it was a video packages. You guys know one of those video packages when someone's coming from NXT where they put coming soon. I can already tell they really don't know what to do with them, but they just wanted to secure them in the bag, like officially put them in the roster. But you could tell they really don't know what to do with them. Hopefully, they do something right. And I'm assuming they first gonna let what's his name? Bro, what's his name, bro? Isaiah Swerve Scott. My fault, guys. I really forgot his name. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Hit Row is Buried, pal, by CF21. Damn it, pal. Oh my, how can I forget this? Swerve Scott. Isaiah Scott Swerve. He's probably gonna end up losing the title first. So, hey, that should be somewhat decent, I guess. He's gonna lose it to Santos Escobar. Seth Rollins comes out in a little promo, and he's saying that he's looking for an answer from Edge. So, is Edge gonna accept the challenge? We will find out in a few. Then up next, we had our first ever Queen of the Crown tournament match, round one. Selena Vega taking on Toni Storm. This match was a little quick. It wasn't bad. It was all right. I know Michael didn't like it, but honestly, I thought the work rate was on point. It was a solid match. But surprisingly, Zelina Vega wins. So back-to-back surprises for both men and women's tournaments. Zelina Vega advances, and she's actually winning a match. She won like 2 matches in the past 3 weeks. That is shocking for Zelina Vega. Then we got the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, come out middle of the show. And basically, he told everybody to acknowledge Paul Heyman and that he did his right job as a special counsel. And Paul Heyman also cut a good promo that everything he says comes to reality because it is a spoiler. So, man, that was something. Great promo. No Brock Lesnar tonight, but he will be returning next week, which I believe is the final SmackDown. No, actually, no, it's not the final SmackDown for Crown Jewel, but he is returning next week, so that is very good. And I'm just gonna assume, man, somebody's gonna get an F5 next week, so that's gonna be very, very good. Up next, we had our second match of the Queen's Crown, Carmella versus Liv Morgan. They've been having a lot of fast matches. Like, all of a sudden, Liv Morgan wins a pay-per-view and Carmella wins back-to-back. I don't know what's going on with this feud. I lost count of how many matches won what. All I know is that Carmella definitely won more matches. All I know because I remember leading up to like around the pay-per-view, Carmella have already beaten Liv Morgan at least, if I'm not wrong, at least 3 times. And Liv Morgan only beat her like once, I think. Plus the pay-per-view 2 times. So I know Carmella has more wins. I don't know what they're gonna do. Speaking of I don't know what to do, they got Mace. Yep, they split up. Mace and T-Bar. I mean, they're bad, but at least you could have kept a tag team for a filler. What are they gonna do with Mace? They're gonna. I guarantee you, they're gonna give him a match with like somebody like Cesaro or like Ricochet or something like that. He's probably end up gonna be winning, and he'll be forgotten for at least a while. You know what I mean? Like, cause there's no potential with Mace. I really like. I'm not hating on the guy. He could go to and he could be successful in NXT right now. Same with T-Bar. Might as well just make them a tag team and make them go to NXT, and they could fight like MSK, and that'd be way better because they're just gonna be lost in the shuffle and catering. You know how it be. Then we had a little backstage segment between Sonya Deville and Naomi, and next week we're actually gonna get it. So next week is looking like a stacked week on Friday Night SmackDown. See, next week should have been the season premiere because next week's looking way better than tonight. So that was a fun show, but not a season premiere type. Then we had the Happy Talk with King. I almost called him King Corbin. My fault. It's Happy Corbin and Madcap Mouse. Can you not call him Riddick Moss? Like, what's the problem with WWE making these unnecessary name changes? But whatever, we have the greatest 24/7 champion of all time, pal. But they were doing this with the Street Profits. Well, it was supposed to be with the Street Profits. It didn't even come out. So false advertisement. Kevin Owens comes in, starts wrecking house, but at the end, Happy Corbin and Moss stand tall. So this is another story that I can't wait to end, but it will, since they're both separate brands. So that's a good thing. Just end the story. Kevin Owens got nothing to do with Corbin anymore. I don't even know. Again, I lost track of how many victories each other have in each other. I'm pretty sure though Kevin Owens got more. Then we actually had the match of the night, which was basically the last match of the night, was Cesaro versus Sven Balor. This was very good. This went for about like solid like 10-15 minutes. Very good. Put these guys in about 10 minutes, they could give you a classic. These guys are one of the best physical wrestlers they have right now. Cesaro, pound for pound, the strongest man in the locker room, like Michael Cole would say. And you guys already know Finn Balor. So a very good match. And Finn Balor wins the match. So we're going to get Finn versus Sami Zayn next week on Friday Night SmackDown. So that is going to be very interesting. Then we got the official statement that Brock Lesnar will be returning next week. And the SmackDown next week is going to be an FS1. So that's very interesting. SmackDown coming to FS1. They usually do that like twice a year. I'm assuming, oh yeah, because there's a playoff started for MLB, so that's good. That's good. But also next week, Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. Now, I just got one thing to tell you, man. Sign me up. We're about to get a banger on a Friday night. Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, main event. The women are going to be headlining these coming weeks because Charlotte, Charlotte Flair, and Becky teaming up against Sasha and Belair. You can't come up to me and tell me that's not a main event, at least on Monday Night Raw. And now you got Sasha and Becky. That's a main event. I mean, so far what they have announced, that's the main event, and it's going to be great. So the women are going to be having great matches. Becky's going to be all around. Sasha's going to be all around. Very good. It's just going to be good matches. They're both going to be great matches. Now, what do I predict will be better? Now it's going to be very hard because I know both are going to be great, but I might have to say the tag team division just because not only is already Sasha and Becky good, you already added more talent with Bianca, Charlotte Flair. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be good. It's going to be as good as the Four Horsewomen when they had the tag team match. Remember, it was Sasha and Bayley versus Charlotte and Becky. So it's going to be as good as that, if not even better. We will see. Then we have Seth Rollins and Edge. Very good promo. Edge, one of the best promos, at least they got today, along with Seth Rollins. And it's been rumored earlier today that they were going to announce this is a Hell in a Cell match. Now, that was the case. That was going to be very good, and it did happen. Edge had enough. He said enough is enough. We're going to end this inside Hell in a Cell. So, we all know what happened last time. Seth Rollins was in Hell in a Cell. Obviously, that won't happen this time, but anything close like that, I hope. But Hell in a Cell, man. Hell in a Cell, Edge and Rollins, and that is clearly, this is runner for the best feud of the year, and that is probably going to be a match tonight. Like, how are you going to beat that? Now, Crown Jewel, like, all jokes aside, like, we know the history of it, but this might be the first Crown Jewel that is no problem, and it's going to be a good, fun show on a Thursday afternoon. Why will you complain on a Thursday afternoon seeing Seth Rollins and Edge in a Hell in a Cell? Brock and Roman in the feud this time that we actually care about and that's interesting. Lashley versus Goldberg in a no-holds-barred match. So it'll be good because of the weapons involved. And, you got Gage in there. Lashley's going to do something. You have, RK Bro, versus Randy and AJ. I mean, RK Bro versus AJ and Omos. Should be solid, but it's not going to be a bad match. Then you have Becky, Sasha Banks, a triple threat match. And you have Big E versus Drew McIntyre. First time ever for the WWE Championship. I mean, that is looking like a sick card right now. I guess that's a full card. They're probably, the finals, the King of the Ring, and the Queen of the Ring. So, Crown Jewel is looking like a perfect card. There's not a single match on that card. I mean, we don't know yet, who's going to win the King of the Ring, who's going to be the finals. But looking at right now, you still have Finn Balor, Sami Zayn. You still have Xavier Woods, Ricochet, Kofi. You got good talent. So all of them together, it's going to be a good match. I'm already going to put that. It's going to be a good match, even though who it is. Even if it's Jinder Mahal, it shouldn't be too bad. But you guys know Kofi's going to be Jinder for sure. And then you have with the woman, you already have Carmella, Zelina Vega. Now, I'm not a fan of Doudrop or Natalia. Like, I like Natalia, but I just feel like Doudrop should have not been in here. I feel like there was kind of like, I don't know, like, you could have put Naomi in there, anybody else. Eva Marie, where's Eva Marie at? So, I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know how they're going to do it. But you have Dana Brooke over Eva Marie. Are you kidding me right now, bro? Eva Marie didn't even get drafted. So, I don't know what they're doing with Eva Marie. I guess she's, like, going because she's injured, right? Like, she's apparently injured and whatever. Now, you still got Shayna. So, Shayna's going to be Dana Brooke. I'm going to predict next week matches. Shayna's going to win. And then Doudrop's going to be Natalia. And that is it. And that was your Friday Night Smackdown. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I am out. Peace.